Hey there, I'm back with another awesome tip for you in the kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how I make some potato skins, nice and crispy. When I'm cooking veggies, and I was roasting some butternut squash the other day, if the oven's on, I tend to wash potatoes, just give them a little poke, and just throw them on the oven rack as is. If the oven's on and I'm using it, I might as well cook 2 meals while I'm really technically just cooking one. So I have some potatoes that we've had in the fridge, and all I'm going to do is cut the potatoes in half. So they've already been cooked. They were baked for about an hour, like 375, typical unseasoned baked potato. But just to create something different, especially for the kids, or not always just for the kids, for yourself. I love potato skins. What I'm going to do is just take a spoon and you just scoop out not a lot of the potato, because you still want there to be some in there, not just the skins, but just to make like a nice little boat, just like that, and place it right on a cookie sheet. Now, here's the deal with cookie sheets or sheet pans. There's a lot out there on sheet pan meals. I really love using them, to the point that I probably buy 2 new ones every year, at least heading into the winter season. My oven is ready. Because they can get pretty gross if you're using a lot of oils and seasonings on them. I do usually have like 2 that I use for vegetables and or meats. And then whatever I use for like cookies or little bars, things like that, like more dessert, sweet stuff, I have 2 more for those, because I just don't like the flavors always crossing over. Or you might get cookies that taste like rosemary. Maybe that's the goal of a certain recipe, but certainly not all of them. So I'm just about done here, and I'm just scooping all the potatoes, the inside of the potato, into a bowl, because I can either put this in a frying pan when I'm making scrambled eggs. So if I heat this up with some salt, pepper, onion powder, or garlic powder, and then pour your eggs over it, you get some nice potatoes in with your eggs. But there you go. Or you can make a quick batch of mashed potatoes. Like I said, everything's already cooked. So there's another purpose for that. And there's an even better purpose for this. So I just take some olive oil and I'll pour it into the bowl here. And I just use a little brush, nothing fancy, and I just brush the inside of it, really not too much. You could drizzle right over it, but this is fun to use. And sometimes you end up with like puddles of oil, and that's not what we want. We're just gonna cook these since they're already primarily cooked. We're just trying to blast them in the oven and make them crispy. So you really just need a little bit of oil. I just do the inside. And then I just season them with a little bit of salt and pepper, just to give them a little bit of flavor. And pepper. And my oven is preheated at 425, so it's pretty hot. And these are just gonna go in there, just like that. 15-20 minutes, really depending on the oven and the temperature, but they're gonna get nice and crispy. You could always use the broiler if you want, but since these are cold, I wanna make sure they cook a little bit evenly. And then we'll stuff these with some of our leftover braised kale, or our beef and broccoli, or you could always just top them with some Greek yogurt that you've seasoned as well. So they make a great snack, they make a great side dish. They're a vegetable, so potatoes are really good for you. So I hope that you like this and you try it at home as well. Enjoy!
And here is the final product, nice and crispy, and ready to go. What we did for dinner that night was actually overflowed them with the braised kale. It was a great vehicle to get some more greens in, and each potato was topped with like a tablespoon of fresh Parmesan. And for the kids, the potato skins were cut into basically French fries, and they also had a little bit of cheese on them as well. And this is after being put back in the oven. This is what the potato skins stuffed with the braised greens looked like as they came out. We had those alongside just a pork chop with some sauteed onions. So there you have it. I hope this is something else you find useful and that you enjoy with your family.